Hey everybody, so the Ranger's dead. I gotta let the battery charge for a minute and then I can pull it in. I gotta clean up a little bit of snow first. Maybe I'll bring you along for a little snow cleanup. Okay, let's get this engine out of here. It's just the California version 4-cylinder with the 8-plug head. Engine and trans, radiator, battery, airbox, everything's coming out. Okay, so here's where we're at. Got the hood off, got a bunch of wiring unhooked, got the heater core unhooked, the AC's all unhooked. It's just sitting in there. I gotta finish taking it off here and pull it out for now. Probably will go back in later, but not right now. Battery's out. We're getting her done here. Front end stripped. We'll keep going. We'll finish pulling the AC out and get the bell housing bolts, get the engine mount bolts, and take the drive shaft loose, take the transmission mount loose, and then we'll be ready to pull this thing. Okay, so the two motor mount bolts we have left, the exhaust was sawzalled off just on the other side of the flange. Did that yesterday. The fan needs to come off. Well, it doesn't need to come off. It's going to come off. It makes it easier, more room, and you don't break it. Guess I don't care because the motor's just going to get strapped. But I'll take it off anyways. So wiring, two motor mount bolts, and the fan. And I'm going to throw the chain on it and yank it out. So in comparison, that Mercedes really sucked to get out compared to this four-cylinder Ford. The four-cylinder Ford was cake. I believe that the hydraulic throwout bearing has the same plug, so I shouldn't have to do anything with the clutch except for plug it into my ZF5. Speedometer isn't gonna work between my ZF5 and the Ranger. The exhaust, I gotta finish taking the exhaust out. Transmission I gotta take out. Stripped some non-essentials. There's one bad motor mount, which is fine. What I'm thinking is I'm going to take the motor mounts off. See how they're bolted on there? This is really close. I'm going to measure the cross member in the Mercedes. I think all I have to do is move these back so I can make or modify these to actually just scoot back. I don't know how far. I think it's going to be at least 4 inches. I'm going to have to move the center point. See how this is a single mount as well, just like the Mercedes. That, in theory, it's looking like it's going to work really good. I can use the Ford 4-cylinder engine mounts and I can just build like a new tower like this to single bolt them too. And I can place it anywhere I want in here and at any height I want in here to be able to move everything around. So that's the idea. This flange right there, I believe I'm going to take and I'm going to hammer that flange out. So I don't know if I'm going to take and trim it so it's not so fat, so it's easier to fold over. Last time I did this with the 302, I cut slits in it and I bent it all back and hammered it all back, so I had plenty of room in there. I'll probably do the same thing this time, but I'm trying to do this reasonably nice. I mean, the truck isn't perfect. It's getting some rust. It is from California, so the body is remotely okay, but it's been in Minnesota for a while, you can tell. She's getting pretty rusty underneath. The frame's pretty rusty. The fasteners are getting rusty. I had a rough time getting these out, and it's all getting rusty there. She's getting some bubbled up rust there on the body mount. The body mount right there is getting a little rusty, but we'll see where this goes. This might end up going 4-wheel drive. I have that other 4-wheel drive transmission I can use if I choose to off the 306. And I have 1-ton axles, or I have 79 high pinion axles, or yeah, there's options. But for now, I'm just going to try to get the engine in and all mocked up and everything, so it looks like it's going to work properly. So then I can figure out a radiator. I do know that the stock Ranger radiator, if you see where this comes off the center and that one comes off the bottom, well, that comes off the center and that comes off down there. So the Ranger radiator, everything's in the right spot, but she is just a baby thin core radiator. I don't know, I know I did use that for the 302. I didn't run it awfully hard. That's a lie. I ran it really hard. But we'll see. Maybe we can use the Ranger radiator. I'll just have to watch the temp on it. That would be the easiest way, because they already have mounts that are already made for it. And I could, in theory, move these mounts anywhere I wanted to. I could cut some of this out and move these mounts in, give more room. But who knows? So that'll be it for video number 2. And video number 3, I am going to be cutting this and like capping the end of it so I can make it all bolt back together nice. Like I said, I'm going to try to do this pretty nice. It's not going to be show quality, but it's going to be decent. So I'll have to take all the wiring. So the wiring will have to be little bit, it's not too bad. There's not a whole lot of stuff now that the engine's out and all that wiring and garbage is all gone. So there's just a few wires that'll have to come off, and I'll just flip them off to that side, chop this, and make it so I can poke the engine. Then I'll get the adapter mounted, and I'll mount the trans. Well, I want to strip some of this garbage off here first. I just cut everything, whipped it onto the motor, and yanked it out of there. Well, you've seen it in the last video. If you didn't see the last video, go check it out. And if you did, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this one. And like, subscribe. Have a great day.